Welcome everyone, today we have a new guide video for Diablo 4 Season 1. As you guys see behind me, I'm currently using a very high lucky hit build, and one of the highlights is you can see that my procs of resets is very fast. So in this video, I want to provide you guys with several comparisons and also testing runs of using different lucky hit. So here you can see that I'm using a 60% lucky hit build versus a 7.8% lucky hit build. The cooldown reduction is a little bit different, but that's not the biggest deal. So in this video, what we'll do is we'll have several things we want to talk about. One of the biggest thing is let's compare how good the lucky hit is. Now, because I'm talking about a lot of things in this video, I'll give you guys a brief summary at the start of the video. So what you're looking at is you're looking at 60% lucky hit with a barrier. And this means we're proccing all of the lucky hits 60% more likely. And the base rate of my claw started with 50%, this will go up to 80% when I have a barrier. And this means I'm resetting a lot. So in this video, I want to talk about the build with lucky hit. And of course guys, I'm not saying lucky hit is going to be the best stats. But I have been trying these stats and I'm getting a lot of resets. And it seems to be working for me at the moment with my one-handed Druid. Yes, we're not using a unique over here, and what we're doing is we're going with lots of lucky hit procs to reset our spells and also to do more damage. Now at the end of the video guys, I want to briefly talk about why would you want to go with lucky hit and why would you might not want to go with lucky hit. Now because my build also have a lot of ways of resetting cooldowns, each time the lucky hit actually procs, we are getting 8 minus seconds on my no ultimate spells. And also this have a chance of resetting my companion cooldowns. So it is quite important for me to get lucky hit to reduce my cooldowns on my spells, ultimates and also companions. So what we'll do is, let's briefly have a look at this replay of me testing 2 lucky hit build. So here what we're looking at is, we're looking at a lucky hit with barrier up to 60% and also a normal lucky hit with only 7.8% of the build. Everything else is maintained very similar, with attack speed and also legendary codexes. So what you're going to see is, you're going to see on the left hand side, the lucky hit build seems to be proccing a little bit more than the no lucky hit build. It is actually a little hard to tell at the moment because I'm not casting more spells. So here I'm trying to minimize the spell casting. And what that means is we're only proccing lucky hit with my claw spells. But when I have more spells, it is likely, as you guys are going to see later stage of the replay, that we proc more lucky hit because of this. Now you can notice that on the right hand side, we tend to take about 1 to 2 seconds to proc. And on the left hand side, maybe we take about 1 second each to proc. So there is a slight difference with the lucky hit, but how big it is? So this is the next question. Now of course guys, if you want to see the whole comparison replay, I'll have those available for you guys at the end of the video, including the timestamps when I use the lucky hit, when I take away the lucky hit, and also the final part of the run when I use a 60% lucky hit build to finish the dungeon. You can see that the lucky hit resets is actually really fun, and we have infinite shield because of this. Now if you guys are wondering what build am I using, if you haven't seen the previous video, I'm still using the Druid Bulwark build without the unique stuff. So I still haven't got my unique crow, and because of this we still have the no unique build over here. So if you guys want to follow the build is available in the links below. So coming over to my character, you can see that I have gotten a new helmet with a 15% increased lucky hit when I have a barrier. And together with amulet, I'm getting 7% more lucky hit with a barrier. So I'm changing the amulet compared to the previous ones, which is more defensive. Finally, both of my rings are having lucky hit, and so is my gloves with a 14.7% lucky hit. And also my offhand is providing me with 7.8% lucky hit. Now as a brief summary, where you can find the most lucky hit if you plan to go with this build. So the lucky hit I can find is 15% on the helmet. And over here, you can find 16.5% on the gloves. After that, you can find about 9% lucky hit while having a barrier on the amulet. And together with the rings, you can get 9% over here with lucky hit chance. Now as for the offhand, you can have double stacking of lucky hit. You can get 9% over here with normal lucky hit and 9% more while having a barrier. Now over here, I did go with attack speed, because I do think having faster attack speed also gives us more proc rate. So you can see getting more attack speed on the offhand and also on the helmet. And finally, I'm also going with a basic attack speed legendary, which also gives me 29% more attack speed. Now the numbers looks not bad over here, and what you want to notice is even though the lucky hit with barriers is over here, it is not translated on the skills. So at the moment my skills only have 38% lucky hit, because this is only available when I have a barrier. So now coming over to the next big question, how does lucky hit actually work? Well, most of us understand lucky hit as the base proc rate. Notice while at 38% lucky hit, I'm sitting on 69% lucky hit chance with Claw. So what I mean by that is, let's come over here. You can see that my lucky hit bonus is 38%. This is translated onto my skills. The 21% is not without a barrier. So we're going to take away the lucky hit gears and I'll show you guys again over here. So take everything off here. I don't need to take the helmet off actually. So here we have 0% lucky hit, right? So while at 0% lucky hit, we're looking at 50% lucky hit chance with Claw. And after equipping those gears, I keep pressing the wrong button. After equipping the gears to provide me with 38% lucky hit, I am now sitting at 69% proc rate with the lucky hit of the Claw. So 38% lucky hit translated into about 19% more likely chances of proccing the lucky hit chance. Now finally, if I come out of the town and proc my shield, what you're going to see is my lucky hit is now 80%. So together with 60% lucky hit, I'm getting a lucky hit up to 80%. So this is the difference. So with 60% lucky hit together, my proc rate is going from 50% to 80%. And this of course comes back to the theory, the lucky hit we're having is based on the lucky hit base rate. The base rate for Claw is 50%, and this turns 50% into 80%. So ideally guys, with 60% lucky hit, I'm getting 60% more chances to proc everything I wanted. And what that means is I'm getting more chances of proccing my resets over here with my Nitrous Fury. So while casting, different elemental spells, there's a 30% of proccing this. And when Nitrous Fury is proc, there is 8-second cooldown reduction. And this is why we want to go with Claw with faster attack speed and also more lucky hit. And finally, there is also, there's a few things we can proc with. We can be proccing the lucky hit chance over here with Companions of Reset with a 20% chance. And finally, there's a 10% chance of casting Nitro spells to lower the ultimate cooldown by 2 seconds. So in together, I think this lucky hit build is actually pretty fun to play with. And of course guys, at the end of the video, I'll show you guys my entire build. So here you can see at the end of the video, in the replays, I'll show you my gears that I have been using for the lucky hit. Now do notice that although I'm having lots of a lucky hit, ideally you probably don't need this much. So this is why I want to show you guys the comparison over here. Even with a very minimal lucky hit, you seems to be still proccing a lot. And this comes back to the other stat I want to talk about, and probably not in this video, right? In the future, I want to talk about attack speed, because it seems like the faster we attack, the more proc rate we get, and also more lucky hit, and also more resets we get. So in the future, I'll be comparing a maximum attack speed Druid compared to a no attack speed Druid, and see how many proc rate and what happens to us. So coming over to the final part of the video, so why would you want to go with a lucky hit build, and what is the drawback of a lucky hit? Now the drawback of lucky hit of course is that you're losing one crucial stat. You can be getting more vulnerability damage, critical damage, or maybe maximum life. But in exchange, having a higher lucky hit means you're proccing your cooldowns resets more often. And this can be very critical for most of the builds if you rely on your cooldowns. And what I want to highlight with you guys is, you can see my stats of my gears. My cooldowns are not that important to me anymore because I have more lucky hit. So this means I don't have to roll for cooldown reduction on my helmet, on my amulet, or even on the offhand. So just to show you guys over here, I have no cooldown reduction on the offhand. The implicit effect gives me about 10.3% cooldown reduction, and this is all the cooldown reduction I'm getting. So even without any cooldown reduction, having a higher lucky hit means I'm actually proccing more often. And the proccing means I'm getting -2 seconds, resetting cooldowns of Vein Creepers, and also getting lower cooldowns of my Earthen Bulwark. And having this in effect means, the cooldown reduction is not that big deal. Especially with the latest nerf of cooldown reduction, this changes means I can ignore one of the stats. But of course guys, if you're going for lucky hit, you're losing a defensive stat on your helmet. You're also losing one defensive stat on your amulet, and 2 offensive stats on your rings, and those are the exchange. But after saying all that guys, I just want to show you guys the videos and also replays of a different unique build. I'm not going to say this is the best meta build, but at the moment, even without my unique crow, I was able to do tier 100. Even though here you're looking at me doing tier 54 because I'm just testing, in the previous videos, our build can easily do tier 100 at level 95 or even level 90. Now, if you guys haven't subscribed, it is a really good time to do so, because I'll be covering tons of Diablo 4 related topics and also videos and also guides. We'll be looking to the top meta builds, non-meta builds, leveling up, and also Paragon tricks. We're also looking to the latest events and also official updates, and also changes to different characters and also different builds in the game. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and also turn the notification on, because a lot of you who are watching the videos have not subscribed. You can see 80% of the viewers who are watching our videos have not subscribed, so make sure you subscribe to stay tuned for the latest update for Diablo 4. So what I do over here is I'll provide you guys with the entire comparison replay of me testing lucky hit with no lucky hit. You can see sometimes it is a little harder to tell the lucky hit procs, because sometimes I'm getting luckier with the no lucky hit build. But once I cast most of my spells, this actually becomes more different, because each spell is proccing about 60% more at a time. This means we're getting more procs and also more resets.
wait a minute. Wait a moment. I'm not ready yet. I must wait a moment. I'm not ready yet. I must wait a moment. must wait a moment. I must wait a moment. I'm not ready yet. I must wait a minute. I'm not ready yet. I must wait a minute. I must wait a minute.
Now before you go, and if you guys didn't know, we have a new YouTube channel. And if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe and check out the behind the scenes and also fun clips and also more stories about us. And then you get to know me a little more personally instead of just reading the news and also the games, right? So I want to share a little bit more with you guys. So make sure you check this channel out if you're interested about Matt and also Uni. She's really funny too, and she's really shy. So I want to give her a surprise and do a shout out for the new channel to get some subscribers. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys next time.